It's so loud. I don't know if you can hear like over my voice. But yeah. This is the world's first carbon fiber competition saber.
Welcome to the Saber Factory.
Hello there. Kevin here at thesaberfactory.com. In this winter digest of 2025-2026, I'll also show you the newly redesigned Ahsoka sabers, Clone Wars version, the Sailor Moon hilt redesign, the new copper core with Kyber Crystal, and the lightsaber pendants. We have a lot to see, so let's go. But as always, I'll start with some quick news. Right now we're in the middle of Chinese New Year. Our partners, Nexus Sabers, they're taking a holiday. It's customary in China, so all factories close, and until February 23, we're automatically applying 10% off all orders to compensate for the delay. So orders will enter production when factory reopens in a few days on February 24. You still have time to enjoy this discount. Same thing for US ready-to-ship orders. They're also on hold during that time, and they will start shipping again in a few days on February 24. In other news, I've been working for the past few weeks, months actually, even to build an ambassador program. So it's mainly aimed at you, my customers. The idea is it's an affiliation program, and it's that if you spread the word around you, you can share a discount to your friends and relatives. You can get cash rewards for yourself, store credit, or cash to bank. That's something that I'm working on right now, and I want this to be a reward for customers, for our community, because I do have a lot of repeat business and fidelity from you. As you might have noticed, I'm not too much into social media advertisement and all that. Kind of in my own little thing where I work on my sabers, I do these long form videos, I show you the ins and outs, and I respond to everybody myself on the chat. So my way of doing things is more to work on that, fidelity with you. And so far, it's paid back pretty well, and I have a lot of repeat business. So I kind of want to throw the ball your way where it's a win-win-win thing. You recommend me, you share a discount, you get a commission, and we keep on doing things this way. I think it's a great idea. So I wanted your opinion. So comment down below. I'm working on it. The planned launch, I was aiming for mid-2026, but I've got some platform issues I'm working on. I might, be pushing my deadline a little bit to do that specifically. So I'm really curious to know what, who would be interested, what you would like to see, if you have particular comments or ideas on this. I'm always keen on seeing your comments, so yeah, comment down below. Now, let's move on to our sabers. No more news, nothing else to say. We'll start with a quick overview of the recently redesigned items, and we're going to start this with the Sailor Moon. Let's move things. There is the old Sailor design. This is the new design. Obvious design change, another design, another interpretation of this, inspired Sailor Moon saber. The new design is not just on the outside. On the inside, it features a new slide-out core. It's a little bit special in that it needs to be aligned with the button. It's made a little bit differently. Let me show you how to remove this core. Simply take your blade, and once you have removed the pommel, just press to slide the core out. Be gentle, that's it. Once you have the core out, you'll just, see that it's just ever so slightly different as most slide-out cores. The button is not exactly where it's on most sabers, and you have this little piece here that actually allows you to align in this groove in the hilt, so for alignment. And once it's aligned, you simply have to use the pommel to push and then screw. And there you go. Power on. And let me use a blade. Very quick demo. As you know, all Xeno 3 sabers do come with that Sailor Moon font. Let me show you. This is cool. This is a cool feature. So, you know, the Sailor Moon font, it comes with all Xeno 3 sabers installed. I'm not gonna do a full demo. I just wanted to show the new hilt, and obviously the change is very visible. The old design has been discontinued, in case you were wondering. So yeah, $259 US dollars in basically $289 in NeoPixel remains unchanged. The old one is discontinued. This is the new design. Moving on. Ahsoka Clone Wars. Now, this is the old design. This is the new design. This is a major redesign. So let me zoom out a bit so you could see. As you can see here, the biggest change here was to remove the visible, you know, button and charging port that existed on this older design on the longer hilt. Now, the button is hidden behind this hilt button here, as much as it is on this one, on the small one, just like it was on the previous Shoto here. But now, it's more screen accurate. So, because it's a fingerprint magnet, I'll just wear gloves, maybe, to show you. So now the charging port on both sabers is on the slide-out core. It's as simple as with any other saber. You just twist open that pommel, you slide the core out, and you have your electronics core with your charging port here, the USB-C port, and that's it. Now, no more visible charging port, no more visible button. It's now properly integrated in the design. So I'll just do a quick demo of the Xeno 3 NeoPixel just to show you something I particularly love on this one, on this saber. As always, just one retention screw, no need for more. And so, I don't know if you can pick it up, but the pommel on this saber is a little bit like a resonating chamber. It gives it a great volume, and that's something that I particularly love with this saber. You know, it's got great volume. You can actually hear how much nothing comes out, if not through this pommel cap here. But it resonates a bit, so it's a pretty loud saber, I think. So yeah, that's something that I really love. Just want to give you a better look on the old one here and the new one there. Of course, slight change in this black knob here, the dimension of some elements, the overall dimension, black ring on the new one where it was the chrome piece here. It's just, you know, some more details like those chrome rings here, those notches, the brass pins here are chrome pins, new design of this control box. It's just little things, but overall to give you something that's a bit more screen accurate to the live action version. So there it is. And of course, same thing with the Shoto, slight redesign, matching golden buttons here, the old one, the new one, different dimension, a little bit longer than the previous Shoto, and yeah, same detail with that chrome ring recessed in. Yep, so that's same finish. Someone asked, but it's same chrome finish, and there you go. Of course, you can always mismatch the blade length. You know, they always come with the same blade length on the website, but you just come to the chat after you order, you ask me to change the Shoto blade length, and I can manually accommodate. So, yeah, you can always do that if you want. Just come to the chat and ask me. Price is unchanged. Again, $339 per hilt, $519 for the dual set, which is a great price, and the shipping cost is the same for one saber or the set of two, which is still an offer that I'm running. So price unchanged, great price for it, new redesign. Moving on to the next one. Next, the copper slide out core with Kyber Crystal. This here is a showstopper, mainly aimed at collectors. I know it'll be a bit pricey at $290 launch price, but it's one of the best prices out there for it, and you'll see why. Why? You know, I've always tried to give you the best price, but also it's a bit pricey, and you'll see why. So the slide out core, this one is made out of copper, and it features crazy details and an intricate build with circuitry and piping, engraving, moving features and parts, you know, of course fake circuitry and fake piping, but it's just a beautiful assembly. Let me zoom in on this and remove the case. So as you can see, you have these movable parts here that click in place with magnets. Very satisfying, you know. Love the sound. And behind that window, there is the crystal, the rotating Kyber crystal. So let me show you.
Power on.
Gonna stop the core. The crystal rotates or not. You know you have a choice. You can set the speed in the app to the point where it doesn't rotate anymore if you want to. The color and the flickering effects, they depend on the font or the styles that you apply to it. So for instance, if I change my sound font,
New Horizon.
I don't know if you were able to catch that Ray starting sequence.
The Dark Sword.
So you can see it flashes just like the blade would flash, changes colors and adapts. Of course, right now the sound is extremely powerful because it's outside of a hilt. But this is built to make the inside of your lightsaber look as good as the outside, as if it had been built by a Jedi. Compatibility-wise, it can replace any slide-out core of 13.1 centimeters, which is 5 inches 15 in length. So, but not for crossguard sabers. So like Kylo sabers, the KR sabers, the Cal crossguard, these sabers, they don't work with it. It's NeoPixel by default, but you can, you know, switch in the app to baselit mode, of course. Let me show you the battery door. This comes with, in the set, you have this little screwdriver. If you ever need to open the little R2-D2 trap door here. And you can slide this out and you have access to your battery compartment, board, SD card. You will notice that in here, they only were able to fit a smaller 340 battery with a max capacity of 2000 milliamp hours, which is a bit over half of the usual battery life. You should expect about 15 minutes of use. It's also very heavy. It adds about 100 grams, which is about 3.5 ounces. So it's considerations to have, of course. It's going to be a bit expensive. It's going to have less battery life. It's going to be heavier, but it just looks so cool. So it really is something for the collectors. The launch price is $219 US, as I said. And it comes with this very nice transport case that feels very premium. So here, there you have it. This is the copper Kyber Crystal core. And yeah, if you have more questions, don't forget you can like the video, by the way. You can comment, and you can always come to the chat to ask more questions. Giving you one final look. As I said, standard slide out in comparison. If I insert a blade, of course it works. And the volume with this core plus this pommel, it's so loud. I don't know if you can hear like over my voice. Moving on. Now on to my lightsaber pendants. Little apartheid just to show you up close these new nice to add to your saber order accessories. This is a set of lightsaber necklaces, pendants, just $15 a pop. 10 saber models made in zinc alloy with a stainless steel chain. It makes for a great necklace, but feel free to use it as a keychain ring or something else to put it on a backpack or whatever. 4 to 8 centimeters long, depending on the hilt choice. Of course, some much longer than others. As I said, $15 US per unit, $120 the set of 10. So it's basically 10 for the price of 8. I just wanted to mention these really cool new pieces. They're new to the catalog, already available. And I'm just going to show you some more details before we move on to the pièce de résistance. So yeah, here's some more detailed shots of some of those hilts. I don't know which camera is gonna pick it up best. But yeah, maybe the dark saber compared to Vader's saber, quite massive. This one. So yeah, proportions are respected. It looks nice. It's a nice accessory to add if you're, for yourself or for gifting. It's a cool new thing, and it's now available on the SABERFactory.com. And as I said, now on to the one you've been waiting for, the carbon fiber Light-Katana. This is the carbon Light-Katana.
Power on.
Let me turn it on and show you that this saber is not your usual suspect. It required 2 years of R&D at Nexus Sabers, and as surprising as it is going to sound, this is a saber rated for competition. It is the world's first mass-produced carbon fiber lightsaber. And before going into details, I want to show you the packaging that it comes with. So, your free heavy-duty box that we have with some premium sabers, but different inside. On this one, you have, on top of the free heavy-duty case, you have a free Imperial LED saber stand. The same one that we have on the catalog that is worth $45 US. Free in the case. And it comes with, of course, the hilt, the carbon fiber blade, and the scabbard. All of that in that package. A special flat screwdriver and a user manual set of screws, you know, the usual. Okay? Let me set that aside. Let's dive in so I can show you and explain how this was made. And at the end of the video, I'll go out and stress test the blade to find out where's the breaking point. So stay tuned, and actually don't forget to like and subscribe, because the more you are and the more sabers I'll break. That's a pinky promise. And this one I really hope to break. We'll see. The hilt. Let's start with the hilt. I'm going to remove the blade. It's carbon fiber and aluminum. It's a hybrid. The aluminum framework was needed to handle the screw torque and to avoid them from stripping the threads into the carbon. The carbon itself, it was too weak for that, given that it's got to be rated for competition. There's also, as you can see, white carbon on the outside. White carbon is basically, it's a tinted carbon in the mass. It introduces impurities and it weakens the carbon slightly, but here it's just an added layer. It's just finish and style. So everything here is carbon and aluminum. I'm going to take that screwdriver and I'm going to open the hilt when I'm talking. So I'll remove just that part here to show you. Those are some big screws. And I want you to see the custom electronics install here. So here you can see this is the battery in there, and here you have access to the SD card. So it's not too complex to disassemble. If I keep on removing those screws, I'll have an actual full access to the inside, the electronics, etc. So it's pretty easy for maintenance. You have the USB-C port here, so right underneath the button. Pretty straightforward. Bluetooth is pretty decent, to be honest. I've tested it, and you know, the issue is often that there's a lot of aluminum thickness that prevents good Bluetooth connectivity, but here, because it's mainly carbon fiber, the Bluetooth is actually quite good for setting up your saber, because this is, for now, only a Xeno 3 NeoPixel saber. I'm just gonna close the hilt. And now, let's move on to the blade. You have here a carbon fiber spine and the blade edge that's made with super rubber, which is thermoplastic polyurethane. It's called super rubber because it's a very resistant to tears and scratches. It's got that elastic memory where when you hit it, it absorbs the shock and it comes back to its original shape, which makes it great for competitive dueling. And carbon fiber is pretty strong. This super rubber will take most of the hits, and carbon fiber will take some of the hits. Let's say more if you were to make some kind of a mistake. But I'm curious to see if it can actually withstand some great shocks. So that'll be my stress test later in the video. For those wondering, a future update will include an active blade retention system, which this doesn't have. If you're not too familiar with dueling competition, you usually find that competition sabers, they have a blade locking system so that the blade cannot fly away in any case, which would be dangerous during dueling. It's usually embedded in the blade, so there's like a guard, something thicker at the bottom of the blade, where you can insert the emitter and it locks in when you thread it onto the hilt. This, for now, it doesn't have it. They're working in iterations. This is the first version. Next version will have it. So if you're really looking seriously into competition dueling, and with this, maybe you will want to wait for the next version, to be honest. But if you're just into collection, cosplay, or just dueling, even serious training, this will just be perfect. One thing you'll immediately notice when I turn it on, I don't know on camera if it picks it up well, but IRL, you can see that the blade is dimmer than a regular NeoPixel blade. And that is due to, maybe this one will show it best. You can see it's pretty bright down there, and then you can see the actual white of the rubber at the top. And that is because the rubber thickness here is, it's actually a lot of thickness compared to the diffusion and the thickness of a polycarbonate standard, NeoPixel blade. So it's always going to look dimmer than standard NeoPixel blade, and that is because you want that thickness in the rubber to be able to duel. As you can imagine, this is a crazy light lightsaber. The hilt is 305 grams, so it's 0.67 pounds, if my memory is correct. And so yes, it is, and which it's one of the lightest hilt ever, top 3 in our catalog. And same for the blade. The blade is so light. I don't know if I can like compare and show you. This is the weight of a standard NeoPixel, and this is the carbon fiber. And it's so light in comparison. The difference is not as shocking as the hilt, because the hilt is super light. It's, as I said, as light as the lightest of our dueling hilts. So the combination of the two, it should make for something pretty nimble to fight with. The carbon fiber will give it enormous rigidity. It doesn't wobble at all. Usually, so this, I have a CMOS camera sensor, so it usually wobbles a lot on camera. But I don't know if you can see how this is extremely rigid. If you've ever seen the dark saber, so I don't have the hilt, but this wobbles. This is way more giving, bending, and carbon fiber here gives nothing. It comes with a scabbard to protect the blade, to protect your saber. Also looks cool and might do well with the cosplay. You might want to customize it to, like, I don't know, put a strap, attach it to your belt, to your back. I don't know. I honestly wish the Nexus had not gone with giving a free saber stand, but rather put the money on doing something with the scabbard. It's okay. It's standard. And it's a finger magnet, also fingerprint magnet. Honestly, I don't know if it, if you can see a little bit, but yeah. So, but the scabbard is a nice touch, and you will have use for it. I think mainly for protecting the tip here. It starts launch price at $419 US in NeoPixel, no baselit. With the free LED saber stand, the free transport case, it is a crazy good package. But it's only as good as its promise. So I think we should go and test the blade and see how strong it actually is. So let's go. We're outside, and I'm gonna stress test that blade to see how it does. I'm gonna test against this pole that's in concrete, so it's not gonna go anywhere. First, I'm gonna test, of course, the super rubber side, which is the side you're supposed to duel with. And, sorry, it's gonna be some noise. And I'm gonna test the back, the spine, and the side. My goal is to break it. My goal is not to tell you that it does resist, it's to see how much it takes before it breaks.
Oh, Jimmy, I think got in there on the head. Down 1 round to 0 already. Oh no.
It's pissing me off, but at the same time, shows you that NeoPixel blade are super strong.
First, you can see right now, brand new, mint. So let's go. Okay, so it's gone inside of the spine, and you can see the LEDs inside. You can see how it's made. It's just inserted. So right now I can still put it back. Let's continue. Yeah, mind you, this is metal. And it's not soft, and it's not budging because it's in concrete. So it's not like I'm trying to do it with someone. I'm really trying to break it. What happens if I accidentally hit the spine? Oh, it's already laminated. I didn't see it, but it's already coming off. I don't think it's going to resist much more of this. If I accidentally hit this, I think it's gone. So it's denting, of course, the corner. Carbon fiber snaps. It usually, you know, so I'm thinking this is the beginning of something bad, but right now I'm hitting very hard against a metal pole. So I'm gonna try the sides, and I'll let go of this at this point. I understand that it's gonna come off every time. This is the retention screw that went off. I'm surprised it didn't break because I hit it very hard against the side and it just flew off, unsurprisingly. I think that if you don't have the rubber inside, it just creates more flexibility and it's just gonna break. So I'm just gonna test it like this on the side. I'm surprised, honestly. I'm really trying to... Gotcha. Funny enough, it delaminates, but it doesn't break. So, I mean, once you're done with your competition, it's broken probably. I don't know. Like actually most competition saber, you change the blade every game. So every battle. So here's the damage. I was able to delaminate the blade, but I was not able to snap the carbon. I was thinking there would be more damage in terms of it completely snapping. If you've ever dealt with carbon fiber before, like on car parts or bike parts or whatever, when it breaks, it usually just snaps. And honestly, this is a metal pole. Like, look at it. The carbon is stronger than I thought it'd be. The super rubber is strong. Look at it. I mean, except here, the rest of it, it got its shape back. So it's fine, but it's just not strong enough inside the carbon. So it just jumps off. So what I think it is, you could have some fun dueling with friends with this. Now, In terms of improvement, I don't know how it would actually do. Nexus Sabers has done some tests, dueling, blade against blade, and it yielded very positive results, so I suppose it's fine. Would I be confident going into competition with this? Well, actually, no, because already if you compete with sabers, you use NeoPixel blades and competition saber, which is a particular type of saber, as I explained earlier. And you already need to replace your NeoPixel blade every combat, which is pretty expensive. So imagine this. I don't yet have a price for the replacement blade, but this would be expensive. So is it a good idea to go and do competitions if your budget allows? Yes. I still think it needs improvements. Still, it's stronger than I thought it'd be, where I thought it would be weak, the carbon. And it's a bit weaker where I thought it'd be strong, which is the rubber edge. So, interesting test. But I said I was going to break it. That was my goal, to break it. So now you can see how it's made inside. Still, most of you are going to buy this because it looks cool, because it does great with a cosplay, because it'd be great fun to duel lightly with friends. But if you go and do competition with this, prepare to have a blade budget. It's going to be expensive, but that's the game of competition. So let's go back to the studio and finish this. So that wraps up our winter digest for 2025-2026 here at the Saber Factory. Remember, there's a 10% off automatically applied to all checkouts on the saberfactory.com right now and until the factory reopens on February 24. There should be a spring digest end of March, but we're kind of expecting a baby Jedi. Or Sith. I'm very open to the idea also, but at this very same moment, so don't hold me to it. It could end up being end of spring digest, something in May, June. We'll see. So don't wait for it, but I'll be back. Thank you for watching and for smashing that thumbs up button. I know you just did it. Not do it. May the Force be with you.
Join me, leave a like and subscribe to this channel.